Okay. So if we got everyone here, I think pretty sure I heard a piper.
You did.
Okay, cool. Z's here. How about we start off with a lovely little recap?
We opened a tavern successfully.
Thank you for the recap. Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. In a nutshell, yep. It wasn't until I was just telling Iris earlier of what y'all did that I remembered you guys had him shoot like 3 people. Mm-hmm.
He didn't say we couldn't shoot multiple people.
No, he offered to. um, 4. Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys opened a tavern, and we left off with all of you exiting said tavern, agreeing to help Archer. From what he has said, that is his name. And you guys have followed him outside, and he has led you all to Waterdeep. But at night. And
Shadows.
Waterdeep plus Shadows. And it's not as busy as it was earlier. The festival is pretty much over. There is definitely some stragglers of people leaving different taverns in different states of intoxicated. Not dissimilar to what happened right before you closed your tavern. But you see other ones are still open. And the streets are mostly, for the most part, clear except for people walking home. There's approximately like 2 to 3 people walking on each street. It's not crowded, but it's not completely dead. The city is still alive. It's just winding down for the night. And we can say it's approximately like 11, 12, late at night, creeping into the early morning. And Archer has taken to the rooftops, and he is using his a rope to swing, pretty much swinging from one building to the other. How are you all traveling?
Well, shit. I thought we were going to be walking, but this dude's Green Arrowing his way around the fucking city.
Mm-hmm. Kind of similar to Spider-Man and Green Arrow mixed together.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise known as the Red Arrow.
What?
Or
there
Green
is
Man.
a Red Arrow.
I thought you were just combining like the red of Spider-Man with the arrow.
No. There is a Red Arrow.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot Red Arrow exists. I'm gonna be honest for a second. I also had the same thought that Joe did of combining the red from Spider-Man. Yes, Red Arrow. It's exactly.
I don't have any way to move fast, so
I have a carriage.
I assume we were just going to be running through the streets.
Yeah, that's about the only thing that I think most of us can do. Because we can't keep track of him from a carriage very easily.
Are we just gonna parkour around the rooftops?
Fuck that.
Yeah, we are rogues.
We are rogues. That's true.
Yeah, a lot of rogues, and Clint does have that grappling hook.
No, he gave that.
I would feel like that's
Nice.
cheating.
No, Nice gave it back.
In lieu of Nice being absent.
No, also clear like Mandy. That is a thing. She did leave it for Clint before she left to do her job, do her own like solo work. But yeah, y'all could keep up with him in a carriage, or you could try parkouring, or you could just walk.
Farah's just Farah's just gonna fucking trot down the street. She's. I don't imagine it. Like, yes, we can keep up with him in a carriage, but it's gonna be more annoying trying to keep sight of him in the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
I would expect him to like peel down an alleyway
Mm-hmm.
or something.
And
But either way,
could she technically maybe do parkour? Yeah. But it's been a long day, and she still doesn't fully trust this dude, and he doesn't have the
Mm-hmm.
decency to make this easy for them. So he's just gonna have to wait his ass until they get there.
Okay. So you guys just start making. I assume Ashley and Clint are just walking with Farah.
yes. Did he
Yeah.
make it seem urgent?
No, it's more. It really was more so the vibe of, okay, we're leaving now. Okay, time to go. And that was just more of like that's how he moves kind of thing,
Mm.
rather than any sense of urgency. So he disappeared over a rooftop, and you guys start walking.
So
And then, like, 5
is what you're telling me.
And then 5 minutes later, he like appears over a rooftop and just like rappels down to land next to you guys. And he will walk with you guys as he like puts away his bow and arrow. And he kind of like rubs the back of his neck a little bit. He still has his hood pulled up, but like he just rubs the back of his neck a second before he joins you on your walk. And he says, I kind of have a habit of just moving like that. Sorry.
No, we saw. We saw.
Didn't fully think that one through, did you?
No. Kind of forget not everyone can do that. Highly recommend getting something for mobility, though, especially in a city like this.
That one's got.
Where
face
do
Well,
you
we've
go?
got one, but only
Where,
one.
where do you go for your city parkour needs?
Sorry, just so much all at once. I was like, okay, hold on, one at a time. Where do you go for your city parkour needs? And he's like, I was actually given this. Like you say, I was blessed with it. A year or two ago.
You got this 2 days ago.
A year or two ago.
Oh, a year or two ago. And who gave it to you? Look, you can't just tell us to go get our own stuff without telling us how you got it.
I got mine in a special case. It's connected to what I'm doing here. I probably pull a string, but I'm sure you guys will find something.
Clint lets out a single like yelping laugh at the string pun, just like, I get it.
Cracks a smile. And I was blessed with it from my goddess.
Oh, fun. We're dealing with gods and goddesses now.
Well, in my case, yes.
hope she's one that's not is gonna look the other direction, because I don't know that she's gonna be super thrilled to have us bunch here.
She has a lot of love in her heart. And you guys are helping me do my job, something she tasked to me. So I'm sure it's going to be fine. And I want all of you to roll me a d20.
Ooh.
Yep, that's about par for the course.
Hey.
Okay. Hmm. Sorry, I gotta pull something up real quick. Bear with me for a second.
Bearing.
Thank you. Okay. Z, 1 or 2?
Oh boy. 2.
Okay. So while you guys are talking and learning a thing or two about Archer as you guys are walking, Feyre, you hear a scream.
Just Feyre.
Not just Feyre, all of you hear this. However, Feyre, you recognize this scream as you hear a cry for help and you hear a string of curse words. As the voice of Luck screams out. It's like a just string of curse words of just like you like like ow, help, fuck you, you motherfucking like about you about what you would expect from someone as if they just got hurt pretty bad.
Feyre kind of stutters in their step for a moment, and kind of head whips around in that direction, and without another word, just bolts.
Bolts towards.
Yes.
And Clint will turn and be like, "Hi, hi, what up?" And he'll start running after Feyre.
Didn't picture Farah to be the hero type. Actually, we'll charge forward with them.
Okay. And Archer as well charges forward. I imagine Feyre is leading the pack.
Probably.
I assume so.
Since she is the first one to start running.
Yeah. So, it brings you all essentially down. These are essentially the city that you're walking, right? Like the city street, it's like, it's late. Ignore the sunset vibes, it's dark.
There's just a giant
And you guys probably,
bonfire in that direction.
yeah, you guys approximately come through here, from this direction here. As you hear the voice coming from all the way over here, like in this sort of area, down the street.
Oh, this is a big map.
This is a very big map.
Okay. Is that roughly right for Feyre?
Yeah. You guys essentially came from, like, up here, coming down, and essentially our right is where the voice is coming from, down this street. And general NPCs. Archer is right on Feyre's tail, falling. And do 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 do. So you can move like towards the right more as you hear the screaming. Feyre, it sounds like the cursing has stopped, and it sounds more and more like just screams of agony and pain as you are running. It seems like the closer you get, the worse it gets. And all of you hear this too, however, Feyre recognizes the voice it is.
Yeah, Feyre. Well, once or twice she doesn't start saying it very much, but she will shout for luck.
You only get screams in response as you go here, and you're essentially traveling along this bend is just where the cursing and intelligent speech just turns into screams and screams of agony and pain. And you think as you get to like this area right here, you think you hear something along the lines of like Feyre question mark. And Feyre, as you turn this corner here, I want you to make me a wisdom save.
Oh boy. Oh, right. Different sheet. This is just a straight D20 roll. That's good.
Okay. Who's right behind her?
Clint
assume-
and Ashley, respectively.
Okay. Archer is here. Now, would Feyre be willing to listen to her group essentially talk, or is she focused on running?
She's focused on running.
Okay.
If she is sure that she is hearing luck, then she is going after luck.
Okay. Give me 1 second. And Feyre, as you turn the corner, you see a familiar face. Luck. Here. The small tabaxi. And it looks like they are injured, and they're leaned up against this wall right here, in this corner. Everyone else turning the corner does not see that, and instead sees this creature right here, leaned up against the wall in that same spot. And you can see what almost looks like moving shadows as one of their hands is curled towards Feyre in a beckoning motion.
Farah?
Like Clint turned to the corner and sees that, but Feyre's. I assume Feyre's sword's out, or sword.
Probably not, because she was focused on running and not necessarily fighting at the moment.
Farah?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
She's just
Farah, don't go over there.
Clint will follow questioningly.
if she thinks she is seeing a like badly injured Luck, she's continuing to go unless somebody is actually stopping her.
I will actually try to stop her. Like I'll put like I'll reach over and I'll put my hand on her shoulder and yank her back.
Oh, I will also say for clarity, Feyre is charmed.
Yeah.
Unless you have something to negate that.
Do I have?
I do not.
Well, I'm talking about Feyre. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it would depend on if they can figure out that she is charmed.
Yep.
What does Archer do, or see?
Archer's he like rounds the corner following. He had his bow out, ready to notch an arrow, and he turns the corner and he sees this and he's like, "Oh well, we found one."
Yeah. If Ashley's is just grabbing her shoulder and yanking, Feyre just probably kind of like spins with the movement and keeps like trying to walk backwards for a second. What the hell are you doing? I gotta go help him.
I'm gonna backhand her. Just wake up, woman.
Go roll to hit.
I don't even know what my attack modifier is without my proficiency.
Strength.
Or would I have proficiency? I don't know. No, it would be strength, right?
Yeah, it's strength.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would be strength. Okay. So that's at a -1.
I mean, I assume it's like just what your proficiency plus strength, right?
Oh,
'Cause- oh.
now is that an impotent slap, or is that a complete whiff? Like you just arm
It's just a
flails
whiff.
wildly.
It's just
Feyre fucking catches his hand.
Yeah, she's a duelist, so you go to fucking slap her, and she just kind of like dances back out of the way for.
Clint, do you have
What?
anti-idiot spells?
What? I don't have any spells.
All right. Measure number 2. Ashley pulls out his bow.
This entire time, Feyre, you hear the voice of Luck saying, "I can't move. I need help."
She just
And
like,
you guys also hear that same voice, however, from this creature, who, as you can see, as Feyre gets closer, its smile gets wider and wider, and you start to see sharp teeth showing in the dark.
I'm gonna shoot Farah in the leg.
Why would you shoot Feyre?
I'm trying to knock her out of the charm.
Well, but there's a monster you could shoot. Clint is gonna shoot the monster.
oh no, does that look like Clint is shooting Luck?
Yes,
Yep.
I assume it does, because Clint sees it and then he aims his gun directly at the monster.
Okay.
It appears we both have different ways of approaching things.
I think it's been long enough. You can repeat after Clint lets the shot out. Feyre can repeat the saving throw because we haven't entered initiative just yet.
Well, if they have to, I guess Clint would be able to shoot first because Ashley's already active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'm saying after Clint shoots.
Oh, okay. So if I need to make
Y'all are about
sure.
to be real pissed off when it comes back around to a favorite turn.
Oh, actually, this thing is large. My bad.
I am going to spend 2 points of grit to add +6 to this shot. I don't know if I'm supposed to spend it before or after I shoot. I am going to assume that I spend it before.
Does it specify?
It doesn't explicitly specify. So I will pick the worst of the two options and.
Hold on.
Yo!
Holy shit!
Good stuff.
Holy shit!
Go from rolling 9s one day to critting the next day.
That's how I do.
Hold on, I have a thing for this.
You just prepped your shooter soundboard today, huh?
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, goddamn. Well, that fucking hits. How much damage is that?
That is. Let
Just
me
roll
make
your normal attack damage, and for this game, your sneak attacks are going to do max on a crit.
Oh, sneak max
Yeah, sneak max.
does.
Because we have
But
no
do it.
HP.
Exactly. So essentially, same rules as our usual games, where you roll damage and then you're going to add your max damage die. So
Mhm.
say you have a D10 plus 5, you're going to roll your D10 plus 5, add 10, and I'm just going to add your max sneak attack on that.
Okay,
This is going to
so
be really good for Clint, because Clint's the only straight rogue in the party.
Clint
Mhm.
Clint is his actual damage is 1d10 plus 5. So
Holy shit!
it's going to be 17 plus
5.
that that is
You rolled a
1d10
2.
plus 5. I rolled a 2. But it'll be 17 plus the sneak, which is 3d6 for
18.
35 damage
Okay.
total. 35 total.
35 damage total. Okay, cool.
Does this need us to
Damn.
make a concentration check of some sort?
That's what I'm hoping.
Let me double check.
Because again, if it's Feyre's turn next, you really want it to make a concentration save.
See, it's not a spell.
Yeah, then it wouldn't be a concentration save.
Yeah.
Concentration saves are only on spells.
Exactly. It's a thing you can do. So,
I have to
yeah, this
keep being
thing.
charmed and thinking that you're shooting at luck.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. And I'm gonna say that Archer is at this point, because he already put out his bow. We're gonna say a loose initiative of Ashley, Clint, Feyre, Archer, and then Monster.
Okay.
For now. But you guys can go ahead and roll initiative. Because I feel like this is more so like gearing up to the fight because it's trying to ensnare and get Feyre closer rather than outright attack.
Well, it's about to.
So,
It's about to.
Feyre, everyone else except Feyre just sees Clint just like straight on shoot this thing and nail it. Like, where was he aiming?
He was aiming straight, like right at its mouth.
Ah, okay. You see that its head just gets reeled back, and you see the force of the bullet knock its head back. It has a really long neck that goes. It's able for its head to go completely behind it for a second before it just slowly reels its head back, and you just see a tooth drop from its mouth. But you see its giant smile doesn't fade. And Feyre, you just see an injured Luck like leaning up, propped up against like the wall, like hand clutched on his stomach. What pronoun? His stomach. Looks like he was stabbed, right? And you just see Clint's shot just reach in and hit him in like the shoulder as he reels back for a second and hisses in pain. Feyre, it's your turn.
So I need you to double check that ability again. Does it say start of the turn or end of the turn?
Okay.
He really wants to punch Clint, is what I'm
No, it's much worse.
Yeah, like at the end of its turns, of each of its turns.
Okay, because what that
And
means
look,
is Feyre can
give me
get
1
to them.
second. Yeah. Just give me 1 second. Let me double check this real quick because it has some other stuff regarding it. Never takes damage from source other than. Oh, hold on a second. Oh wait, no. Ashley missed.
I did miss.
Okay, that would have worked, or on that not like that would have saving throw, but because Ashley missed. Yeah, no, it's gonna be at the end of Feyre's turn.
Okay, because this is what's gonna really fuck us all up, and I apologize, but I have to be true to the character to do this.
You must do what
Is
you
this
must.
an accurate size range?
Yes.
She drops darkness. It covers the entire street.
Oh. You fucking warlock motherfucker.
That is tiefling.
No, but you can probably see in the darkness.
Yes, she can.
You fucking warlock motherfucker.
Okay. What's your bonus action? You have one.
Do I have a bonus action?
I mean, at the very least, you're a rogue. So,
Oh no. Would she likes Clint though.
she does.
While that is true, Clint did just shoot the person who you think is Luck, when in actuality, Luck is on Clint's side.
Is it? Considering what's about to happen?
Well, it's not anymore, because it was, and I rolled a nat 20, and now it's not.
let me well, I can't do that because that would be a leveled thing. Yeah. So yeah, she doesn't have a bonus action that she's really willing to use at the moment, other than just her starting to curse in a wonderful mix of very foul sailor language and very foul abyssal as she tries to go and help Luck. Try to scoop him up and drag him away.
Okay, cool.
And then
You can repeat the saving throw. Oh,
Please.
you made it.
Thank God.
And yeah, as you drop the darkness, she can still see perfectly fine in it, right? Because of Warlock. Is it double sight?
yes, Devil Sight. I can see in magical and non-magical darkness to 120 feet.
God damn. Okay, cool. So as she drops this and she goes to try to scoop up Luck, she's met with resistance. As it's almost like there's something in front of Luck, and that doesn't make sense. And then she blinks, and the image of Luck isn't there. Instead, she sees the creature now standing before her. Where Luck's bleeding side is instead its face, as its mouth is bleeding from where Clint shot it. And it's just staring with that same giant toothy grin, all of its hands outstretched and ready to go for her. And I think I said Archer was going before we head into initiative.
Archer the monster.
He has. Wait, where the fuck is his step block? Okay, there it is. I don't know why I didn't make it on the Roll20. I just have a screenshot of it somewhere else. Good going, past Amy. That's exactly what you need when you have planned combat. God damn it. Okay. This is so fucking inconvenient. Yeah, an arrow, as you see this, is going to land in its shoulder. A red arrow. Not the same love arrow. This is just a regular red arrow that lands in its shoulder. And then it is going to attack Feyre. Just double check something real quick. Cool. And you see three of... No, not that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, what's Feyre's AC?
Not a lot. I just closed her sheet for some reason. 15.
Cool. So it lets out 3 quick attacks, and Feyre's reflexes and the shock is able to have her dodge out of one of them. However, 2 of them land for a total of 16 bludgeoning damage. And we're going to go into initiative. As The rest of y'all can't see shit.
Yeah, Sarah, can you remove concentration, please?
Hold on, I'm doing some shit.
At least you're going first.
Yeah, no, she's going first. And actually, hold on. Let me just. Actually, forget that damage. It's dark. It's magical darkness.
Mm-hmm.
It has disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
You said it was 15?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go just in order. That one still hits. That one does not hit. 15, right? Okay, so only one of those hit. For 9 bludgeoning.
Much better.
But at the same time, the higher damage means that I could have possibly missed on the concentration.
Oh yeah, because darkness is concentration, right?
It is.
Completely forgot about that.
A
Oh wait, hold on a second. I'm gonna keep it how I ruled it now, but I'm looking. It has advantage when it's in darkness. So. So it's just gonna be straight rolls. We're gonna keep it my reroll because I'm lazy.
I forget, is blocking concentration a bonus action or an incidental?
It's an
I think
incidental.
it's
You can do it whenever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's just a
Free
thing
action.
that you can do.
Mhm.
So,
If it isn't a free action, I'm gonna make it a free action.
gotcha. So you just hear Feyre just, what? And then get hit. And comes kind of first stumbling backwards for a second as the darkness kind of fades in that area. And this thing, did it hit her with like a claw or did it bite her?
It essentially took its hands and just fucking slammed them into her. So like just downward punches.
Gotcha. So it's been a second since I had to fight with Feyre. Give me a moment to remember how to fight with a warlock.
Yeah, it's been a while.
That's a bonus action. So she is bonus action Hexblade's Curse on the thing. So it'll do extra 3 damage to it if she hits. And then her weapon. And pull out Riptide and just slash at its face. Because it should be low enough, I imagine, if it's down where the tabaxi was.
Yeah, it's got this weird, creepy fucking stance going on. It's very tall, but it put itself almost horizontal.
16 hit.
16 does hit.
Thirteen, 16 damage. And
Okay.
hold on, let me see here. I'm gonna get sneak attack on it because of rakish audacity, because I'm the only one near it. So where is my sneak attack? There it is. Not a lot, but hey.
Damage is damage.
And that's all I got right now.
Alright. next up, Archer is going to kneel down and with his bow just launch out 2 arrows that are both going to hit. And what's the damage he does again? Okay. Just gonna combine those. Okay, cool. Next up, Ashley.
So Archer, how many of these things do you expect to be fighting today?
Just one.
This is the
Unless
only
we get really unlucky.
one. Okay. Joe, do you want to be in a better tactical position?
Sure.
Okay. So Ashley will string his Titania's favor and use Tales of the Runaway, which lets Ashley move 30 feet in any direction. So Ashley's gonna get up on this rooftop. And now that he's teleported, anybody within 30 feet can also teleport. So basically,
Oh.
any of you can teleport wherever you want to, basically.
What's the range on their teleport?
It is 30 feet.
Clint is going to be... How high are these buildings?
They range between like 1 story to 3. You know, like one's 10, 20, 30. It's city. What? How high would you like to be?
Clint
Is what I
needs to
should
be,
ask.
like 15 feet high, so he's 15 feet up.
Sure. Here's one.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's this is more the denser part of the city. There are buildings of all shapes and sizes here.
And Archer can move too if he so wishes.
Sure. You said 30?
Within 30 feet.
Then he is going to stay level, actually, and move closer.
Okay. That's my move.
Okay, action, bonus action.
I don't get none. That's bonus action.
Okay, Clint. How are you following up that crit?
It's
With
not
a
going to be
one.
nearly as good. But he is going to, let's see, run along the rooftop until he's right about here. And he can see it from here, right? Or
Yep.
is it kind of obstructed by the wall? Okay, no, he can still see it.
It's like it was leaned up against the wall. It's probably closer to like here, honestly.
Okay. Then Clint is going to run forward up there, get a little bit more height off the slant of the roof, and he is going to aim down. I don't know the action economy about holstering and unholstering weapons, so I'm going to fire with Lucky Daisy again.
Free object interaction to take out something.
Well, I don't want to. I want to stow Lucky Daisy and pull out the Dragon Bolt Blaster.
Oh, okay.
Well, Rogue, shouldn't you be able to get the fucking...
Yeah, do you have fast hands, or is that only a thief thing? I know some
That's
rogues.
thief.
Yeah.
That's
It.
specifically thief.
Hyper.
Hyper. I mean,
You're pulling an iris. Don't do that.
yeah. I mean,
But that's
I
this is fine because I will still shoot with Lucky Daisy. I have not shot Lucky Daisy enough to justify it. Anyway.
okay. Sure.
But
I mean,
I
if you
need-
want, what you can do is you can fire with Lucky Daisy, and then end of your turn, free object interaction, put it away. Next turn, whip out the new one and fire with that if you want to do that. Or you could just drop Lucky Daisy and pull out the Dragon Bolt Blaster. Okay.
Never drop Lucky Daisy.
Okay.
He is going to crack another shot at the hip. Oh!
Are you sure you want to switch? Are you sure?
I'm not sure. Shut the fuck up. That's fucking
Holy
mental.
shit!
Sir.
What the fuck? What fair
This
is
is as good as Clint is ever going to get. For almost perfectly max damage. So that would be 36 damage.
30...
Or wait.
Wait, what's your sneak attack?
My sneak attack is plus 18. Oh, I'm forgetting
That's-
plus 10 from this.
Getting
Yeah.
into the 40s, dude.
Yeah, that's
Okay, so
24
yeah,
plus
14
18.
Plus 18 plus 10. 42.
Yeah, 42 fucking damage with that shot. God bless.
Holy shit. What? Okay, I'm saying this right now. Clint did not kill it, but describe that second crit.
Really didn't
Clint is-
like what it was doing.
He like he used to be an adventurer, right? He just hasn't done the adventuring thing in a while. So hearing the scream of terror and like seeing Feyre act in the heroic run to save the person's life, because he doesn't really understand why she was running down the street shouting luck. But he does understand that she was being a hero, at least to him. And so that kind of stirs within him his old heroic side. And he is looking at this thing who deceived his friend and then tried to, like, probably eat her inside the orb of darkness that it must have created, clearly. So he aims for the same spot and then tries to just ever so slightly pull up on his arm a little bit to get right between the eyes, but there's just a little bit too much wobble, so he'll get it like over top, like between the eye and the ear, somewhere around that part of its head.
God damn. Okay. And yeah, that fucking hurt. Okay.
Whew. But that's Clint's turn.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm good.
This is in response to killing something. Okay. Okay, cool. So... Magic. What? Alright. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna take from that shot, right? It's going to move kind of up the wall a little bit. So you didn't realize this before because you were staring at its many hands, but it has 4 legs as well. All just as bony and weird and very grippy as it just walks on the wall and is just staring at Feyre as it once again, all 3 attacks. And actually, the darkness is down, right? So
Yes.
it has all 3 at advantage.
It has advantage in and out of darkness?
No, it's while in dim light or darkness, it has advantage.
Okay.
It's
And
just
it's
that because
nighttime.
it was blinded, it had disadvantage.
Okay.
And I realized after I changed it to a disadvantage that it has advantage, so it would cancel out. So now
Yeah,
it just has advantage.
Just straight advantage so long as it's nighttime.
You bitch.
Mm-hmm. I keep on hitting the multi-attack button where it just states it has multi-attack.
I do that.
Okay. And 2 of those are going to hit for 18 bludgeoning.
Ouch.
Now that I have spells from my bard list, I would like to use my reaction to cast Close Wounds, please.
Hey.
Wait, that's a 3 That's a Z homebrew 3.5e.
Oh, I don't know. I just added spells from my fucking list.
Amy.
But
We don't have
okay,
a
no,
killer.
no. I'm gonna allow it. I'm just surprised because that's a Z Spelljammer homebrew. It's fine. You can have it. I just was not aware you were taking those.
I mean, it was on the list, so
Yeah,
I picked.
she's in
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of my campaigns on D&D Beyond. That
Mhm.
they'll
Okay.
automatically filter through.
Okay.
Yeah, you can have them. Just let me know when you take a homebrew one, so I'm aware you have it.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead. Roll your heals. It's heals.
7. It is you for 7.
Okay, that will keep me up for maybe another round. Thank you.
You're
That's
most welcome.
turn. Hey, Ray, your turn.
If it's up on the wall, can I still hit it?
Oh yeah, you can still hit it. It's just more so because it can and for the creepy factor.
Gotcha.
But it's essentially standing perpendicular to Farah as it reaches its long arms out to grab her, but can still look at her perfectly fine because it's got like a fucking long ass ostrich neck under its like billowy cloak that's in tatters.
She just kind of, you see her lip kind of curl and show her teeth almost like she's trying to snarl at it. She looks kind of demonic at the moment. She's just like, where the fuck did you put Nut? And as she does that, she will bonus action stack Hex on top of Hexblade's Hex.
Ooh.
17
That hits.
for piercing, sneak attack, 17, 12, 19, 22, plus a, let me double check my spell. 24 damage on it.
God damn. Okay. Next up. Wait, is that the end of your turn?
Yes, that's all I can do.
Okay. Archer is going to fire and. Well, he rolled his first attack a 1. His second attack, he got a 20 though. So it balances out as one arrow flies by completely, and then the other one hits it like dead in the chest. And it's going to do. I really should make a macro for this. I really should make his fucking stat block, is what I should do. And
Oh,
that's
yeah.
his
That
turn.
deal.
As more arrows fly by, Ashley.
How bad does it look?
It looks pretty fucked up.
Okay, so I don't think you really need to commit too hard on it. I don't really like using this cantrip, but I feel like I have to use it just once as proof of my bardness.
Vicious mockery, bitch.
I use vicious mockery, yeah. Be like,
Alright.
God, that thing's ugly. And cast it.
Gross.
Wisdom
Muff
save.
it up.
Why does it say plus crit?
I have no idea.
Wisdom save. It fails. You've hurt its feelings.
Well, it's disadvantage on its next attack
Okay.
roll.
Okay.
That does help. 'Cause now it won't crit
So how
me.
much damage is that? 7?
Yeah, I don't know why it has the crit 4 thing.
Okay.
I didn't add that.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Clint, you think you got another crit up there?
I mean, it's possible. Clint is going to bonus action steady aim.
Do you
Mhm.
have something that's allowing exploding dice? Piper?
Do I have something that allows for exploding dice?
Yeah, that might be
Uh,
one of the reasons why there's a crit. Sorry. Continue, Joe.
I don't think I do.
Yeah. Then Clint is going to he'll rather than one hand of the gun, he will bring it up to his second hand and he'll aim to shoot with advantage. And he's not moving a muscle. Here's hoping. It's not a crit, but it's a 20.
It hits.
And this would apply sneak attack?
Yes, because Feyre is within 5 feet of it.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody
Then-
that's at range should get sneak attack all the time because Feyre's pretty much always up in their face.
Then that is 27 damage. I rolled real hot.
Okay. Damn. God damn. Okay, cool. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that is the end of my turn.
Okay. So, because of Vicious Mockery, its next attack on. I really thought it had more interesting. Actually, you know what?
No,
Okay.
don't read. Don't read. Just attack. Don't read.
Don't worry,
Maybe
don't
I
worry.
would
I'm
play
gonna
it with
attack. Don't worry, I'm gonna
DMV.
attack. And oof, ow, my bad. Ah. First verse, just like the first few, it's going to try to hit Feyre. First attack at disadvantage, though, because its feelings got hurt. And wow, you should really thank Ashley, because that disadvantage, it did not crit.
Vicious Mockery, good.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why
That first
it's a
attack-
core bard spell.
Yeah, it's still gonna hit though, because it got a 17, but it could have been a
Oh.
crit. As okay, those all hit.
Oh boy, I'm going down.
Oh.
Going to take a total across 3 attacks. Feyre is going to take. I can't fucking math all of a sudden. 22 bludgeoning.
And I'm down.
Feyre
Would
is
close
down.
wounds get you back up, Farah?
Possibly, yes.
How much are you missing?
I had 20 health before, so I'm 2 negative.
2 negative. Oh yeah, this will guarantee keep you up. I will close wounds then.
I want to hear the description of closed wounds pretty much reviving Feyre after like 1 second.
Ashley just points at the wounds and says no, and the wounds mend themselves.
Feyre, you are back up. You thought you were down, but apparently not.
Hey.
Hey, so that's
8?
what?
9.
9. You know, see, this thing looks really, really fucked up. And actually, that was a reaction. It is going to take its really spindly feet that's cooked up onto the wall. And as Feyre, it looks like it was looming over Feyre as she fell, but as she rises back up, you see it shrink back a second, and you see it start to run. It's going to bonus action disengage.
Oh, this bitch.
And it's going to run. Delay. Bye. Around the corner.
Is this engaging as a bonus action?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
What an incredible power that I've never seen before.
That's its turn.
How far can I move? Not far enough.
I mean, you are a rogue.
Yeah, but but if I want to do anything else that I'm wanting to do, I got other things.
You can.
Can't you use
Like,
your
what
cunning
other-
action to dash?
Will you let me stack my turn, please?
No, we are going to backseat game. There's nothing you can do about it.
I was gonna ask, like, what do you have? What secrets do you have that hide within your bonus action?
Because there. And then. Da-da-da. Let me see here. Bonus action. Make sure that I have that marked off so I don't do it again. Attack during spell's duration. Okay, melee weapon attack. You're close. That's within 10 feet, right?
Yep.
Come on. My fucking sheet on D&D Beyond is freaking the fuck out. Give me 2 seconds. Because I'm just, this thing has pissed her off and she is still yelling about where the fuck did you put luck as she is chasing after it. And yes. She is going to bonus action Wrathful Smite on it.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that is a thing X-Blaze has.
And reach to her hip and kind of back behind her cloak and pull out a whip and lash at it.
Shit.
Okay.
I don't have a whip crack sound effect. Shit.
22 for 8, 10, 11, 12 plus da-da-da. 17 plus 21. Let me double check if this stacks on it too. Bonus action. And it's still cursed, so it's 25 damage. And then let's do. I must save you need a wisdom save as well.
And a wisdom save. Okay. I got a 6.
Huh, that's not gonna pass. So it is also now frightened of me.
Okay.
And
Damn.
that's my turn.
What does frightened do again? Has disadvantage on ability check and attack rolls while the object appears in sight. Okay. Okay, cool. It's Archer's turn, and he can't get within sight of it. He's running. Man's running. Oh, Ashley.
He should be able to get the side of it.
Oh,
Hot shot at disadvantage because of like 3/4 cover.
okay, you know what? That's fair. That's fair.
Just have him
Large.
do the Hanzo scatter shot from old.
Both of them
Overwatch.
miss anyway.
Uh-oh.
They do hit the very side corner of the wall right next to you, though. It just barely clipped the brick. Both of the arrows. You just hear a slight fuck. Ashley.
Ashley is going to hardcore parkour over here.
That's a. How big is this jumping gap here? Like 5-10 feet. You can definitely do it, but I want you to roll me acrobatics to see how graceful it is.
It's kind of graceful.
You know,
Graceful.
Not terribly
it's
graceful.
been a
but
long day,
yeah.
and you didn't really get to stretch.
Also, I'm wearing a tuxedo.
Yeah. You do it though. But like, you could swear like, ooh, any slightly faster, and you would have split a seam. Like, these are not the right clothes for this.
Excuse me, pardon me. What? I bet you can't jump this roof that fast. Get out of my way. Pushes some random roof hobo. I'll take a shot at it.
A flock of pigeons get startled. Okay.
And I critically wait. Why is my thing negative?
What?
Hold up.
19.
That's not right.
Why is it critting on a 13?
That's
Yeah,
what
why-
I'm wondering. What I don't know what's going on.
What have you done?
I don't
So we're just gonna have that as
Um.
not a crit, just a 19.
What is going on with my sheet?
1d20 CS greater than 1?
What?
I don't know.
Critically strike if greater than 1?
What?
Double. You're using beyond 20, right?
Yeah.
Pull that up.
Uh-huh.
And double check the force critical hits. Is that on?
I did not turn it on, but it was on.
Turn
Okay,
it off.
that might have been it.
Double
Okay.
check.
Okay.
Roll again just to see.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
Okay, okay. I do
Cool.
not remember clicking that, but okay.
Yep. We'll just go with your first rolls
Yeah.
of a 10 plus a 9. So 19.
Technically, she would not get the sneak attack because Feyre is not within 5 feet of it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Okay, so just the 10.
This is done.
Oh boy. End of the turn?
Yep.
Clint.
Okay. So this thing is trying to run. Clint
Mhm.
is going to. I think this gap is
Hardcore
a little
parkour!
further, but he's hardcore.
Hardcore parkour.
Gonna
I'm just gonna
move
say,
this way.
since all of you have dedicated 3 levels at the very beginning to rogues, y'all can just jump 10 feet. It's past
Hell yeah.
that where things have we gotta start, rolling.
I want Clint to be like right. Oh, I can't quite get there. This is fine. No, wait. He'll bonus action dash to get like here,
Mhm.
so that he has a little bit further range of sight on it. Whoops. Yeah. So first jump over here, run across here, jump over here, and then stop. Skirt.
I will remind you that, like, if you want to get your sneak attack, you're gonna have to give yourself advantage.
This is fine.
Be bonus
I
action.
can't give myself advantage this turn. But what I can do is, what is behind it?
Allie.
Is this alleyway like 5-ish or like barely 10 feet wide?
Yeah, it's to scale.
Okay, so it could get through it. It just has to squeeze.
Yeah.
Okay, then
Or just
Clint
walk up the wall, which you saw it do.
is going to aim at like part of the wall right here. Hold on. So this like right about here.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to aim at that part of the wall, and he is going to load an abjuration bullet, which will make a 5-foot cube spring up of spectral opaque wall.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that will impede his exit through the alley.
At the very least, it'll slow him down.
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Okay, so you can draw the cube exactly where you want it.
Okay, then let me get a little draw shape. Boop. And I was wanting it like right here.
Okay. Shot rings out. A giant cube just springs up.
I imagine every time Clint loads a special bullet into one of the chambers and pulls back the hammer, it makes like the sparks of magic, almost as if it had like when you use a flintlock and it makes sparks pop out. When he pulls back the hammer, it's like little bits of arcane spark start to flare off of it.
And I imagine the sound of the shot firing off is just slightly different from a regular bullet.
Mhm.
As there's just like, I imagine in my head just a slight underlying like ting or like a zip of magic as well. Like overlaying under that regular gunshot sound. But it's at the end of your turn.
Yes, that will be the end of my turn. That's action, bonus action, movement. Perfect.
And this thing is frightened, right?
Yes.
Advantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source sphere is from line of sight. Well, can't willingly move closer. This thing is fucking terrified. He's like, I fucked up. What did I do to deserve this? Oh, I know what I did. I don't think I deserve it, though.
I will also throw the other part of the Wrathful Smite. As an action, it can try to make another wisdom check. It is not beginning or end of turn, it's as an action.
You know what? That's what it's going to do. Because why not? As it's going to, I imagine, it is going to try to fear her back. It's not mechanically, but more so like, no, I'm the big scary monster in the alley. And that's a 7.
Nope.
What does Feyre do to make it shrink back in fear?
She just looks like a pissed off demon right now, so she doesn't really have to do much.
Yeah. It tries to like hoist itself all the way up and be really tall and like really spindly and like bony as it reaches out. And the fact that she is completely unfazed at all and maybe even looks even more angry has it hesitate. And that's its turn.
Do I want to do this?
Actually, hold on one second. Let me see if it re-gets its disengage as a bonus action. It does not. Continue.
Let's roll for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, she's. Bonus action gives us damage. Yep. Okay, so we can't do that. I'll step up and stab. This is there. I need to reorganize my sheet desperately. 18 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
For 19, 22 plus 25 total damage.
How do you want to do this?
Hey!
She probably reaches out and like slashes at its throat as it's trying to like tower over her. And as it stumbles backward, she just drops the whip, reaches up with the other hand and just grabs it, drags it down to her level. Just, again, where the fuck did you put luck? And when it doesn't say anything, just cuts its head off.
Oh, I mean, it can speak.
Does it say anything?
Um. Hmm. Does it? It is going to, in a very like garbled voice that kind of sounds like your own voice, as well as Ashley's, and maybe maybe a little bit of Archer if Clint spoke at all. Just like it's kind of like a mixture of all of your voices, like combined, flickering in and out. It says, "I was luck, for at least for a little bit."
She doesn't like that. She fucking stab it in the chest then.
And it dead. Its body is going to crumple to the ground, folding in on itself. And as its body falls down and lays motionless, you see it almost starts to steam, but the steam is more smoky and a dark, dark gray, with little flickers of red in it as it gets carried away in the wind until the only thing left is a couple of very, very old gold coins. 3 specifically.
Feyre, very fucked up looking. Like tail twitching in annoyance. Just will turn on her heel and like point her rapier, not necessarily in a threatening manner, but in a like gesturing while talking towards Archer. You can't fucking explain.
Well, I can explain some. These are creatures of pure hate. And they occur naturally, but for some reason this year there's more than usual. And, well, this one, it looks like usually they do have something to do with what day it is. They kind of prey on that.
I forget what day it is.
It is Affectionate Friendly Love Day.
Clint is climbing down awkwardly off the roof and is like, "Fire, are you?" Oh, let go and fall onto his ass. You all right?
Actually, it's
That sort of thing
steadily.
take a couple of pieces out of you.
Actually, it's steadily making his way down as well.
Feyre's bloody and bruised all over. She did get back up to half health with the thing dying because of Hexblade.
Ooh.
But she is not looking great and is very pissed off and agitated now. And she'll just like see her eyes dart towards Clint as he like falls and just watch until he gets up and steadies himself. And looks back towards Archer, slowly lowering her rapier to where it's pointed more at the ground than at him. So he was telling me that this thing just fucking decided it wanted to start calling it and using the voice and face of my friend. Out of nowhere.
Like I said, I've never seen that specific creature before, but every year there's things along those lines. They essentially take what day it is and they twist it for their own gain. And they use it to prey on people. And that's what I do. on top of the whole, love thing. I take care of these at night, but like I said, for some reason this year, there's more than usual. So that's why I asked you all for help.
Where do they come from?
Where did it go?
No.
Well, I don't know where exactly they come from. Sometimes they're just beings essentially taking the emotions of those around them and consolidating them. Other times it's, well, in theory, now that I think about it, they could be summoned. Sometimes they're more fiend type. Sometimes they're just straight monsters that can appear naturally or are grown. Thankfully, they only are active or exist during this week every year.
Farah will. She is listening, but she is, again, agitated. And just kind of moves and shifts side to side, and then will turn and look down at the coins and kind of tap the end of Riptide with it. Or to them to, like, make sure that nothing's about to, like, jump out of nowhere before she picks them up.
You tap them with Riptide, and there is this, like, I don't know how to describe it other than, you've seen Mandalorian, right?
Yes.
It's that sound when, like, Mando takes, like, the Beskar spear and, like, hits it against his Beskar, like, armor. It's that same sound.
She will pause and use her magic eyes to detect magic.
Fucking forgot about that.
Yep.
What are the specifics on that? Oh.
Here.
Buyers. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't know the School of Magic because Amy didn't think this far ahead. But I can tell you, there is in fact magic on it. It looks like these 3 coins are very, like, they look very aged and old, but they're still very, very shiny. And as you look, you see a glimmer of what looks like, I'm just going to give you a color, like a red aura of magic around it. And in lieu of a School of Magic, I'm just going to tell you that, like, it looks like these were tied to that creature in some way. And there's different markings on it that I don't think this is for some reason my mind is gone of this type, the fucking schools of magic.
It's fine. Does it give her the impression of dangerous, don't touch?
Not don't touch, but was used for danger.
Okay.
You can roll an Arcana. Figure deck.
Try.
Any of you can,
Hey.
honestly. Hey, okay. So maybe Farah does not know the, like, intricacies of magic and runes and shit. However, I would assume she speaks Infernal because Tiefling.
Yes.
You never know, so just want to double check. And she would probably recognize the symbol for summoning inscribed into these.
She just kind of frowns and like shifts them around on the ground a little bit with Riptide, make sure nothing pops out before she leans down and picks them up.
Mm-hmm.
And just examining them a little bit closer before, like, imagine flipping one over to Ashley as he reaches the ground.
Identify, ho!
And we'll look towards Archer with the other two, just kind of like rolling them in her fingers. And, are these at the core of all of these things as they pop up every year?
No, actually. I haven't seen those before.
I would hazard a guess on all this, then that there's something behind all these things this year, if not every year. Looks like summoning magic on it. And we'll flip a second one towards Clint.
Catches it and just looks at it.
Mm-hmm. And I just imagine because of his bullets, Clint might not be able to understand them, but he can see that there are runes carved into this.
He's appraising it kind of like a jeweler would appraise a gem.
Mm-hmm.
Can I attempt an Arcana roll, you said?
I said you can just, if you want him to be able to like understand some of the runes, you can.
Yeah.
I will just say you wouldn't be able to get much more unless you roll higher than Vera did. I was just saying that because his bullets, he carves runes into little metal, he's able to very easily spot them.
To be fair,
Gotcha.
there is a chance that he could roll better than Feyre because he has a higher int score, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
He does, but that's an 18.
I am in the middle of casting Identify as well, if you don't want to trouble yourself.
I'll try it just to see what happens, but at the very least, Clint will look at it. That's not supposed to be with advantage.
Oh,
Clint will look at it.
So close, though.
It's
So
very
close.
close. And he closes one eye and just goes, "Yeah, I could say little runes in here. I like my bullets. But different, obviously.
Mhm.
Not much more I can tell from that."
Alright, well, I can tell you that I've never seen this before, and I've been doing this for a couple years now. And Ashley, with your Identify, these are, I don't have a name for them, because you'd think I would have this stuff prepared, but I don't. However, these 3 coins are old coins that have been carved and were infused with magic to summon this thing. They were fueling it, essentially. And they have the power, if they are reactivated, to summon it again.
How does one go about summoning them again?
Essentially, infusing a fuck ton of magic into it. However, Ashley would also know from Identify, you wouldn't be able to control it. It's essentially bringing it here. It's essentially using these 3 coins to essentially take the naturally occurring event and make your own one. Not your own one, but essentially inviting another one here. You can't control what is going to appear or what it's going to do, but you do know that it will be essentially motivated and essentially themed on what day of love it is, and you cannot control it. It's essentially just opening a gateway to this creature appearing,
Is it
fueled by
opening
these coins.
a gateway to a particular place or to a particular type of creature?
To a particular type of creature to essentially make it manifest.
Can we know that
So-
type of creature? it just vague type of creature?
It is essentially monstrosities and aberrations and fiends. One of those 3 types of creatures are essentially going to manifest when you pour a fuck ton of magic into it. You can't control what type it is, what it's going to do, or even like what it's going to look like. All you can control is that these 3 coins are going to fuel and essentially power up a creature of some sort that is then going to be here and do whatever it wants.
Well, these things are like their money. Their money to summon a thing. That thing, whatever that thing was. Put a buttload of magic into them. Yeah, about that. Once you summon these things, you can't control it. So, whoever sicked them on you just said, "Fuck Waterdeep in particular," and let it loose.
Great. It's not like I'm doing enough this week as it is.
Farah, I imagine
How many of the,
Go ahead.
how many of these do you usually run into? Just, kind of throwing a random number out there.
Well, in a normal year, there's typically 1 every day. And I don't think I really explained why it's important to defeat these things. Or if you guys care to know. But essentially, there's 1 a day, naturally. But this year, there has been 2 or 3 a day. Today, I got rid of 2 of them. There was 1 in the early morning, there was 1 just after lunch, and I had a feeling there was still 1 around in the area, so that's why I figured I'd get you guys in on this. Because I could take care of them if they're 1 at a time, but not if there's more than 1 at once.
Rub the chin. Seems like they're multiplying.
You'd think, but every single 1 is different. No 2 are the same. Except for that 1 that was technically 2 creatures, but it was still connected. That was like a year ago.
How smart is Farah? Probably not smart enough.
I think that's smart enough.
That's above average.
It is above average, and me as DM wants to know what you want her to do, so I think that's smart enough.
Farah kind of is pacing slightly back and forth, and then will pace a little bit off a second. And she's staring at this 3rd coin, and she's half listening to the conversation. She is more of the mindset of must break coin somehow. And she'll just kind of look at it, and then still 1 hand holding Riptide, just kind of glance towards the rapier, and then back towards the coin, and just kind of mutter, "Don't suppose you have nothing to fix this mess that we're in, huh?"
Are you speaking to Riptide?
Yes.
Ah, okay. You feel a thrum in the hilt of the rapier, like of power, and it feels cool to the touch. And in your ears, this isn't audible to anyone else, but in your ears, it's kind of like when you hold your ear, like a conch shell up to your ears. It's that like ocean sound, and right on top of that, you hear, "It depends. Are you gonna come visit me?"
If you come break these things, sure, why not?
can't. Well, I can take them off your hands.
Not planning on throwing them back into the city to cause chaos, I'm trusting.
I like to collect things.
And Farah will just give a single nod, kind of clutch the coin in her hand, put the rapier away, and turn very abruptly back, holding her hand out towards first Clint, then Ashley with kind of the grabby motion. Give.
What? But I wanted to sell mine.
No.
You can't just tell me no.
You're
think
not
she just
selling a
did.
summoning coin in a city where it's just going to be summoned again and cause us more issues.
Okay, you can have it for 200 gold.
I'm
Shouldn't we
going
try to
get rid
break
of
it? Oh.
You owe me gold, and he just tosses it to you.
And she'll catch it and then grabby hand towards Clint.
Drop it into your hand.
And she'll look at him and look back towards Archer. And you said you ain't never seen none of these like before.
Not the summoning coins. Like I said, the only ones I've seen the past few years, or ever, were naturally occurring.
Well, sounds like you need to be asking this goddess that you're working for some questions, because she's got a bigger problem on her hands than people not loving enough this year, apparently. And Feyre will very promptly turn on heel and start moving in whatever direction Ocean is.
Ooh, heading to Seaward, I see. Is anyone going with her? Or following her?
Does she want us to go with her?
Clint's just gonna automatically start following.
She doesn't motion either way. She is moving on a mission.
Well, what in Grim's name is she doing now?
Right. Well, I think that's it for the night. Looks like there's gonna be about 3 a day. And that being the third, I'm gonna head home for the night. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Clint will wave half-heartedly and say under his breath, I wonder where he sleeps.
As you say that, fucking red arrow, haha, ep, and repels upward over a building, lost to the night.
Probably in a bed would be my guess.
Oh, good point.
And so I assume Ashley and Clint are following Feyre?
I don't see why not. She looks like she's got a plan.
Yeah, following.
Okay. So because I have the map, Whoop. It doesn't take very long, maybe like an hour at most, of walking through the city, because I imagine you guys were over in probably Tradesward. And not Tradesward, you guys are probably over in Seaward. And so you had your make way all the way down through Castle Ward, Trades Ward, to get all the way down to Dock Ward, where the docks are. Familiar docks, it's empty, it's late as fuck o'clock. It's probably close to 2 to 3 a.m. at this point, after combat and then walking through the city. City is asleep. for the most part. There's a couple other night owls roaming around, but it's pretty rare. You essentially see another awake person once every block or two. Like every couple blocks, you see like one person doing their own thing, whether it's a light on in a house or it's someone just having a smoke on their porch. You know, late 9 o'clock stuff. And you guys make your way over to Dockward, and it's a clear crystal night. The moon is full, and the waves are just rippling against the docks. Some little dinghies rocking back and forth and hitting the dock a little bit every couple waves. But it's very quiet as you all approach.
Farah is picking what she thinks is the longest pier and just heading down that way.
Okay.
Farah, don't do it. You have so much left to live for.
Clint is like looking around. Is there anyone else walking around this area?
This area, no, but on the way you did pass a passed out Heldar,
Ah.
a street or two away. Just taking, it looks like he was taking a nap in a doorway. Looks like his smoke break went on a little longer than he thought. Ah!
No, I'm not in the water. Nope. Yep.
Better.
There you go. Sorry, I see these like fucking lines here. There we go. They're on the GM layer. Okay. I was trying to find them.
You can also right click on the map and turn it to the map layer so it doesn't happen again.
No, that's because I clicked on the map layer by accident.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right now there is no one else around. Unless you go looking for someone. Are you looking for someone?
Joe?
No, I'm just
Okay.
looking out to see if there's just anybody skulking around looking sus.
Nope.
Farah, for my benefit, I'm imagining it's high tide.
Yep.
And Farah just walks down to the end of the pier. It just kind of crouches down, looks down towards the water, and glances at her rapier and then back at the water again. So I'm hoping that you're going to be out here.
Is she speaking like out loud now?
Yeah, she's speaking out. She was speaking out loud last time too.
Oh, okay. She's so
It is more normal normal volume, but not like trying to include anybody that is not nearby either. So it's just depending on where everybody lands.
Yeah, how close they follow behind her. If Ashley really thinks she's gonna jump or not.
Clint will stay at the edge of the dock where he's at right now.
Yeah, same.
He like, I imagine they can hear Farah maybe talking, but they can't make out any of the words.
Yeah. It's breezy enough that it carries her voice a little bit, that you can hear that she is speaking. But between the seagulls, the waves, the wind itself obscuring her words, you can't make out the words. So what exactly does she say?
She said, "Well, I'm hoping you're out here right now." Essentially.
It's a little unnerving, but it almost looks like the waves directly in front of her stop. So essentially, the area, essentially 10 feet out in this entire area here, the waves passing through just stop, and the water in that area is just still. As she hears a very, very high-pitched, like, breathy giggle, it says, I'm always there with you. Always.
Just a little tilt of the head, but she doesn't question it. Just kind of holds the fist that has the coins in it out over the top of the dock, like above the water. You're just gonna take these and spirit them away so none of us are gonna get in any trouble with it, right?
I can keep them for you. They're a gift, right? For me?
If they're just shinies to you, maybe.
If it's from you, it's more than just a shiny.
She just kind of squints a little bit, leans a little further over the edge of this dock, looking down into the water, and I'm assuming she's not seeing anything in the water.
She does. As she looks into the water, oh, whoops, she sees a face. And I'm going to just crop the image a little bit so that you can only see the face.
Oh boy.
Actually, you know what? It would probably just be easier for her to essentially see this whole image for the vibes. And you can see through the ripples of the water. Well, the water is still, but you can see that this image is translucent. So it's almost like Feyre's reflection in the still water has been replaced with the image of this person. Here. So you can see the torso up, essentially as much of Feyre hanging over the water, looking in, is as much of this person you can see. So probably just like torso up, right?
Damn, that's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Just like underneath the water. Or
Yeah, it's essentially
like a
she's not
reflection in the
there.
water.
Yeah, reflection in the water. Essentially, Feyre's reflection is being replaced with this image
Gotcha.
in the water.
And I don't suppose you know anything about these things. Or whatever the hell's going on.
Well, I hear whisperings about things like this. I don't know details. I don't really care to know about things. At least things like that. But I've heard what they talk about when they're at the docks. They talk about using distractions to do other stuff. That might be it.
It might actually be it, yeah. Thank you.
She's going to hold out her hand, and you can clearly see that her image in the water is a reflection. You can see through her a little bit. But she's going to reach out her hand, and as she reaches out, her hand is going to actually physically manifest out of the water as she reaches up and holds out a hand to take the coins.
Figure will reach down and drop the coins in her hand.
Thank you. These are really, really interesting. I can't wait to have them. As a thank you, I can give you something.
And what would that be?
Well, I do care about you. And I want to make sure that you're okay. So, I'm gonna make sure you're okay, at least in my domain.
In what domain is that? Just water?
You see a nod.
Feyre just kind of smile and like one shoulder shrug. Like, well, water's always been a little bit more home than anything else, so anything you can do to make it even more home, I'm more than happy to have.
So this is your home then, right?
Feyre nods.
I'm so glad you agree. That's gonna make this so much easier.
What easier?
You'll see. Bye for now.
So
And her
confusing.
image, her hand retracts into the water, and you see the image fade. And as the image fades, it gets replaced with Feyre's reflection, and the waves start going through that area again like normal. And you feel the sword in the hilt. You can feel the aura around it is cold. And Feyre, you get Blessing of the Sea. You gain a swimming speed of 60 feet. You can breathe underwater. You can drink salt water to quench your thirst. And once a day, you can cast Control Water.
Hey.
Very sailory. That's fucking rad. Are you bored?
What?
No.
That that is a CR joke.
CR? What?
Critical.
Critical role.
Oh! Sorry, you say CR, I think challenge rating.
Fair.
Ah, fair.
Can you put that shit in my channel
Yeah,
so that I can...
don't worry, I will. Don't worry.
Feyre just kind of like leans a little further out over the pier, kind of looking into the water for a second and looking out towards the water, like as if she's gonna see something. And then just slowly stands up and kind of wipes her hands together and turns and starts heading back along the pier.
You get about like 10 feet away from Clint, who's leaning up against one of the like thick log like stand support beams, and he looks out to the water, looks back at you, and raises an eyebrow. So, what was that all about?
Feyre just kind of shrugs a little bit. Yeah, Riptide took it off my hands.
Riptide?
Yeah.
You mean the Riptide? Like the thing? And he just makes a wave with his hands.
Not quite.
He just blinks and just tilts his head sideways.
Let's just say that I got some friends in the ocean.
Ooh. Like fish. Magic fish.
Very, very, very big, very pretty magic fish, yes.
Gotcha.
Figure if
Thank you.
if she's got it and she's taking it out, God knows where in the middle of the ocean, at least it's not here to bother us.
No more in the city. Makes sense. Not likely to bite us in the ass.
Figure just kind of looks over her shoulder back at the ocean again. Way she talks and acts, pretty sure that is not going to be a problem. Seems to like me.
Makes sense. Lots of people like you. Pat you on the back.
And Feyre just smirks. Looks at him. Yeah, like me until I start taking all that gold and gambling.
Who didn't like her until she did that?
Well,
I
she
think
just said
until
in
yeah.
general.
Oh, I get the feeling at least somebody likes you despite that.
Younger.
I mean, she acts friendly.
Yeah, that's why she likes me, despite the fact that I keep taking all her gold, because she keeps getting too drunk to remember not to gamble with me.
Mm.
But if we don't have to worry about doing nothing else with a red bow man, and there's nothing else out screaming, pretending to scream, I think I at least could be a little asleep.
That sounds like a plan. Today was a long one. And a weird one.
Say that again.
Head back and sleep.
Yep.
Boom.
All right.
Feyre needs a
You
little
guys
rest.
make your way back. You see that Winslow and Baron are curled up together asleep in front of the bar. You'll see that like Liv is sitting next to them reading a book. As you guys walk in, he gives you all a nod and a essentially affirmative that everything is all good here, because you guys did tell him to keep an eye out for suspicious shit. But you guys are free to long rest.
God.
Hey.
Damn, closed wounds came in fucking clutch, huh?
Yeah.
Good spell.
That's I have a fucked action economy as far as bonus actions go.
Lots
My-
of bonus actions.
Well, it's also a matter of like my only thing to help me be slightly more tank as the only frontliner is Armor of Agathis, which is an action.
Mm.
I can help you be a little bit tankier.
If you got something to help me, I need it.
I have a magic bullet with your name on it.
Oh god.
I'll even prepare it.
Take it back.
You asked for it.
Let me just see if there's any armors that would actually benefit me. Because I still only have light armor and I can get medium armor now.
There is an armor that I think would be fun for Feyre to have,
Oh, I don't like how you say that.
flavor-wise.
The only one that's going to
Listen.
benefit me mathematically is going to be breastplate unless we start getting the magic armor.
But this is the magic armor I'm talking about. I saved this, and I'm just like, this would be funny. It would fit.
Oh boy, Amy's getting ideas. It's dangerous for me. Yes.
Okay.
Feyre gets back, just kind of nods, waves to Liv, and immediately beelines it to her room because she is very ouched, and just like closes the door, face plants in bed, doesn't even bother to like properly like take off capes, swap into nightshirt, just in bed. She has had a lot of alcohol today. Has been up far too early. and then had to fight and almost died.
Went down once
Mm-hmm.
for like
Oh.
half a second before Ashley said no.
We get in the door and Farah like goes up to hit the hay. Ashley is not an elf, right? Does Ashley sleep?
I am a custom lineage.
Okay, so you do sleep.
I do sleep.
Because we get back home and then Clint, like, immediately there's like a light bulb goes off in his head moment, and he goes, "Oh yeah, you were supposed to do something with this, right?" And he looks at Ashley and holds up the little charm necklace that he's wearing. Not the BFF one, the one that he has worn.
Ooh, which?
The one that
his.
hasn't been identified yet.
Oh. Oh, yeah, Blessed Ear.
He does not take it off. But he will walk over to you and stand really close to you and set it in your hand.
Okay, that works too. Can I identify
yeah.
at it?
Toss it here. Clint walks really close.
Yep.
Okay. That works too.
You have it, right, Joe?
I do. But first, before you get an identification off, Clint, you have to deal with Clint being right next to your face for like
Right.
10
10
full
minutes.
minutes. And Clint, while he is that close to your face, there's like a brief moment of awkward silence, and then there's that bit where you're like, okay, maybe he's not going to say anything. Thank God. And Clint will say just after the pause, while you're right before you start focusing, like, you smell real fancy.
What?
Like a rich fancy tot. It's impressive.
Yeah, I am from a noble house.
Then I guess I'll just post it in general for Rogue.
If you want to. However you want to go about this. If you want everyone to read it, or if you want only Piper to know. Then again, it is only Z here.
As of right now, only Ashley knows the exact function of the necklace.
Mm-hmm. Clint just woke up wearing it.
Correct.
You bastard.
What? Oh.
It can change your appearance, is the short of it.
And just blinks. Neat. How do I make it do that?
Just visualize what you want to be, and then just tap the charm necklace.
Nothing happens.
But
It does not give him the ability to use alter self.
It is currently acting as Alter Self, making him appear like he currently is.
Oh, I see. Wait. You're saying you can't do it. Come here, you. I'm gonna use identify on Clint now.
What does that do?
It works the same way as magic items, where I can see what, if anything, is affecting you.
Okay. You go to affect Clint, and obviously you pick up that the thing affecting him right now. Well, there's two things affecting him. The first one's very easy to ping off. It's a BFF necklace.
You're within 10 feet.
Ignoring that.
You actually, as a kind of like, because I imagine it's kind of like a sort of pseudo radar. It's like that's the first thing it pings, and you just feel the matching one around your neck also ping. As like, yeah, it's a pair. Okay, I get it. And you see that, like, you through seeing casting it on him, you see that Ashley sees that he is under the effect of that spell right now, currently. And also, as Ashley zeroes in on the necklace, there's almost this sort of like static, how is he holding it?
Like
Yeah.
I imagine, like there's not many ways I can hold this charm necklace, so it's like lifted up with like my palm on its back.
Mm-hmm. So you feel it sort of as you're identifying it and the magic is coursing through it, you can feel it almost sort of shock you, as if there's static on it, and it caused you to flinch for a second. And as you do that, Clint, at the same time that shock happens to Ashley, which it's kind of like, okay, the laundry fucking shocked you, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a big deal at all. It just makes you flinch for a second. It's like a little like fucking ow, right? It doesn't force you to like let go of the necklace, doesn't actually harm you or do damage. However, for Clint, at the same time that shock happens, what happens to you is very suddenly you're not looking at Ashley anymore.
What am I looking at?
Instead, what you see, it's almost like physically Clint is still sitting on like a bar stool, right, with Ashley. However, from his vision, it's almost like a memory is being brought in front of him. And he's seeing through his past self's eyes. And it looks like he's looking straight up at the sky. A very, very blue sky with maybe one or two clouds. And he sees the face of Maya, someone he knows, who looks very, very distressed. And this is all only for a second. And he hears in her voice, very, very loud and distressed, and actually very faded away and far away. It sounds like she's still there, but it sounds like the sound is fading. And you just hear the sound of her shouting, Clint, oh my god, I'm so sorry, as it cuts out.
And then he's back in the bar.
He's back in the bar.
Clint will like grab Ashley's shoulder with the one hand and be like, "Hi, what did you do? Do that again. How did you do that?
Do what?
Oh no, that little zappy thing."
I'll try casting Identify on Clint again. Okay, I don't know why, but okay.
Does it happen again? I assume that lightning only strikes once.
I don't know
roll
what
me.
else you were expecting to happen.
Roll me a d20.
That one.
Yep.
No, it doesn't.
Oh. I am the king.
It was that's 17. Was that what you just rolled, or
No, the nat 1 is what I just rolled.
okay?
That 17 was me deciding if Clint would remember to ask to identify or not.
Right. Okay. Actually, roll a 5. Okay. So, I mean, with that 1 and with a 5, okay. I didn't expect you to roll, but I'm going to take that as an invitation. You try to pull magic into it again, right? And you feel the static shock again, Ashley. And this time, it actually does hurt. Like, a lot. And you're going to take 7 lightning damage. And Clint, as Ashley tries to do that again, what you hear is, again, you hear Maya's voice again. But you, instead of seeing her, like, her face at all, you just hear her scream out, "Don't touch him!" And then Ashley gets fucking zapped.
But
Tasered
Clint
Ashley.
doesn't see anything.
Wait, what'd you say? Did I mean Ashley? Did I say Ashley? I meant Ashley gets zapped.
Yeah, but Clint doesn't see anything from from this little shock that happened to Ashley.
He probably sees an image of her face again. This time, like, angry. But again, it's like a memory, and it looks like from this one, rather than being right in front, she's far away. But you still hear her voice ringing clear.
Huh. He just looks at the necklace. And he'll lean back and, like, slowly tug it out of Ashley's hand. I don't know what to make of that.
Anyway, do you trust me?
Well, we are best friends. And he'll hold up the other necklace.
Ashley takes a deep breath. I know you're going to be adverse to this, but I promise I'm not going to steal it or anything. Could you try taking it off?
He blinks for a second. Do I have to make a wisdom save for this, Amy?
I would say yes, but the DC will be very, very high. But
I will toss you a bardic inspiration.
however, Joe, it is also up to you. You know
Yeah.
what's going to happen.
Clint is anxious and
I will say that he genuinely feels like he does not want to, i.e., the second line.
the will save is more to see if he's willing to even attempt to take it off.
Okay. Like I said, as long as you as a player are aware of what's going to happen, if he does, you are free to make that wisdom save.
I'll try it.
No.
No. His wisdom save is already very bad. You did give me an inspiration, but Clint would
Well, that's
not
true.
be inspired to resist.
Okay.
He grabs it and like he has about an inch or 2 inches of lift with it on, and then he just slowly settles it back down onto his neck and just goes, "No, I don't think I want to do that."
Well, alright. Since I can't show you, I'll just give you the brass tacks of it then. You're not, at least you're not how you think that you look. You're currently under the effects of the spell. So
What does that mean?
it means that what you see in the mirror is not what you look like.
I imagine there's a mirror probably hung up somewhere around the bar. Maybe a little one.
Yeah, tiny mirror.
And if he doesn't, I imagine Ashley just has a little one on him.
Oh yeah. A good gentleman must
There.
always carry a pocket mirror.
He'll like immediately go and look at his reflection, and then like look under his tongue, and then kind of pull a little bit beneath his eyelid to kind of inspect the white of his eye. Kind of pull his lip up so that he can look at his teeth. He's just like, "I look like me. I'm not sure."
I'm telling you 100% you are under the effects of the spell currently.
I'm not very well versed in magics like that, but I don't see why you would lie to me about it. Not sure what this means, though. I'll put a hand on his hip.
I can't give you the express details, but as long as that amulet is worn, you will keep this appearance, so... I don't know. You want to find out the truth? Take it off. But what you do with it's not my concern.
Clint looks really conflicted. But he just like kind of thumbs the necklace in his hand. I guess I'll need to think about it, Sam.
No problem. It's your necklace.
He's gonna pop a squat right on the stool behind the bar.
Not knowing what else to do, Ashley's just gonna go grab a drink and pour it in front of Clint. And then just kind of sit there. Maybe play some music on his harp.
Clint will stay there until the morning, probably dozing off a little bit until he'll doze off for a few hours and then wake up. But he's gonna just sit there and ruminate.
Okay. So Clint is staying at the bar, ruminating over the new information he has discovered. Ashley, are you staying in the bar or are you going to your room for the night?
I'll stay until bedtime.
Okay. Once you see that Clint is just staying the night at the bar, Ashley is just like, you know what, you're not worth an upset back. I'm going to bed.
Well, I just figured,
Yeah.
for the first hour, I'd be there for him. The couple seconds there, it's like, okay, maybe he just wants to be left alone. Okay.
Yeah, I was just memeing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I have a question for you, Ashley. What does your room look like?
Ashley has tried to keep his room as nice looking as possible, with like very well dressed bedsheet, a very organized closet, maybe even a small vanity in the corner. And a place where he sets his harp like right beside him. And it's like a black and gold design.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, do you set the harp down on the vanity?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to roll me perception.
Okay.
Okay.
Holy shit. Okay. Okay. We can say that your fucking fox ears twitch as they hear movement. And they hear and feel very soft displacement of air, like air pressure. It's so tiny and minute. And you see in the corner of the mirror a small light flicker for a second. And you turn around and you see, trying to hide behind like the edge of, say, like his wardrobe where he keeps all his suits, what you would know to be a fairy.
So Ashley turns, blinks, scans the fairy, and then in Sylvan, which I believe is the fairy language, she'll say, "I see you, little fairy. Come on out."
You see that they come out very slowly, and they like look left and right, and they make a beeline, very dash towards you, and just like skid to a halt using the harp as like a stopping point. And they're like huffing and puffing a little bit as they land. And Ashley, you would have seen this person before. This is what they look like. Where's their name? It's right. Here it is. I'm gonna put them in the NPCs chat. You've seen this person before when you were in the Feywild. You didn't interact with them very much, but you've seen them at least 3 times in your stay. You probably don't remember their name. So, but they're huffing and they're puffing as they skid to like a halt. Very tiny. She's like at most 6 inches tall. And she's like, okay, I found you. Good, I found you. Good. Whew. Do you have water?
Sure. Go get like a bottle of water and get like a shot glass and pour some in it.
She'll take the giant shot glass, which for her is probably like drinking from a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, that's what I was like. A cup is like a bathing pool for these guys.
Mm-hmm. But she's just gonna lean in and just take a sip of water. And she's like, okay, Ashley, right?
And yep, that's me.
Okay, do you remember me?
I don't recall your name, but I do remember seeing you before. In Her
Okay.
Majesty's Court, if I remember correctly.
Right. So you know what I do, right?
No.
Her Majesty didn't talk about me?
No?
I thought I did a good job.
I
Okay, well, never mind. That's not important. Right now, there's very important news. Well, first of all, I did introduce myself to you before, but allow me to do so again, get formalities out of the way. And she, like, with a very theatrical but very much I have to get through the formal introduction again, but that's not important right now, but I have to do this, because that's the proper way to do things. And she gives, like, a low bow, and she gestures with her hand and says, you may call me Sprinkle Hairfeather.
Okay.
But I need to warn you, I am a messenger for Her Majesty, and things are changing. I wanted to warn you that after your escape, she really did not do anything. However, I found a letter, and I'm sorry, I flew a long way. Actually, she wants to start looking for you.
You can see his fox ears kind of twitch back a little bit. Is there a reason why?
I think she's gotten bored.
She's got that sounds like her, alright. But why take this chance to come talk to me? Surely this will be seen as a betrayal by Her Majesty. You don't want one of her punishments.
Well, no, but I left in secret. And also, I don't think you should come back. Things have changed. And I don't think your stay there would be as enjoyable as it was last time.
What happened?
I'm not sure. All I know is that she's very agitated these days. I'm not exactly sure why, but her punishments are very... well, they're different. They're more severe.
Oh, just wonderful. So something happened to make her incredibly angry, and while she's at it, she's like, oh, and go get Ashley back.
Yes. I'm really, really sorry. But as soon as I heard, I needed to warn you. I needed to. Because I don't think it would be good if you came back. She still has your ring.
His voice kind of pales at that. Can't you scram me then?
I'm not sure. Part of me thinks she would if she gets too bored. The other part of me thinks that she wouldn't really bother to. It really depends on how she's feeling.
Right, it depends on if she sees it as a hunt or a game. If it's a hunt, she'll scry. If it's a game, she won't.
Exactly.
Well, I think it'll be too dangerous for you to return to the Fae at this point. Would you like to stay with me?
I wouldn't want to impose.
No, you might have saved my life. You're more than welcome to have a bed here.
Well, Feywild is my home, but I don't think I can go back.
So you don't know what caused her recent temper tantrum, then?
No, it was as if a switch flipped. One day she was, well, Her Majesty, and the next day, every single transgression in the past decade received a punishment, even if she'd forgiven them.
That's rather extreme, even for Her Majesty.
Yes, that's why you really should not get caught. Because escaping, I don't know how her punishment would be for that.
And Rose, is she doing okay then? Have you told her?
Rose?
The one who...
Yeah, I know. She's like, I haven't seen her in a very long time. Last I saw, she was with you.
That's fair.
But she hasn't returned to the Feywild, last I checked.
I hope she's okay. I do owe her for helping me.
Should probably warn her.
Yeah, I will definitely try and do that. Right. Well, like I said, you're welcome to stay here if you want to, but if the Feywild is your home, you are free to return.
I will think on it, and if I want to risk that. Because there is a chance that, well, my departure was not noticed. There's also a chance that she's already aware of everything. Like
I
she
have
usually
honey wine.
is. You have honey wine?
I have honey wine.
Maybe I can take a bit to think on if I want to go back or not.
He'll chuckle and he'll pour some.
She will gladly take a sip. It's like, I don't remember the last time I had honey wine.
It is rather hard to come by, especially in the Feywilds. But here, it springs like a river.
Really? There's a river?
Not a real river, but I mean, I guess if you put them all together, it could be a river.
Why is there not a river of it?
That's a good question, and I'm sure a lot of people ask themselves that every day. I could see about getting some nectar for some nectar wine.
Nectar wine. I think I'll take some time, a lot of time, to decide on if I'd like to risk going back.
Well, you're welcome. And thank you for your information. I gotta figure out anti-scrying and anti-hunt measures. Maybe I should add the foxes as well.
Right. And not to worry, if she tries to get to you, I will help.
Oh, you brave little fairy. Thank you very much.
She gives like a fierce nod, and she like takes a big gulp of the honey wine.
Bribery with alcohol. That's how we run this.
I know how to deal with it. I was about to say, I know how to deal with the Fae.
And she drinks probably half the shot glass very, very quickly. And you see she comes up and like her wings, it's almost as if like a bunch of glitter just like peels off all of a sudden. As she looks and she kind of stumbles back for a second and like lands on her butt. She's like, wow, that's really, really good. I am really tired and Oh wow, I forgot you had like pig ears in there. Wow, is this honey? This tastes just like honey.
It is honey wine.
I think I need to sleep. I think I need more. Actually, I think I need more and sleep. I think I should drink this in my sleep.
Ashley will get one of his pillows and like put it on the vanity and then rest the fairy on it.
Take the honey one away. Take the honey one away before she drowns.
You can have some more of this in the morning. You get some rest for now.
I am gonna have more, and there's gonna be a river in the morning.
Yep.
A river of honey wine that has honey in it. She's going to just very, very slowly just curl up.
Ashley will get like his handkerchief out and like drape it over her the big blanket.
Yeah, she's gone, man. She's a tiny ass fairy
Yeah.
who drank half a shot glass. She's the lightest of lightweights.
Yep.
Huh.
Alright. And I assume Ashley goes to bed unless he wants to do something. Okay. So you can all take a long rest. I think this would be a good spot to end the session.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.